Hello, I think I'm live. Welcome to Sprints, everybody. Mostly this time is for the people on replay. Hello, as I wait for people to join me actually on YouTube. And I'll check to see that I'm actually live. Also, I turned on monetization for this stream, which for no other reason other than I didn't realize it didn't automatically do that before. So I did that for this one, and I think that means it's going to show an ad for people who join. So we'll just give it an extra little second for people to join. Anyone who's here, let me know what you're getting done today. If anyone here or on the replay is new to these sprints, I work from home. So these productivity sprints keep me productive on Friday afternoons when it's really easy for me to not want to work. So I started doing these mostly for myself, but I think other people have found it really useful to have sprints during the day. So whether you are reading, working, cleaning, whatever you're doing, let me know and we can keep each other accountable. Hello, Danielle. Welcome. I have my to-do list, but I'll only have an hour to get stuff done before I have to go to work, starting by vacuuming. Nice. Hello, Katie from rainy Ohio. I'm reading The War That Saved My Life for middle grade March. Nice. I hope you're loving it. Sorry that it's rainy where you're at. It's actually sunny here today. And this week has actually been really good weather for Iowa. So that's been nice. My kids have been able to get outside and play a bit. And they got scooters for Christmas that they have just been itching to try. And they finally got to try those. So that's been fun this week. So I'm happy that the weather, at least where I'm at, and at least for now, is nicer. But, you know, it is still only March. So still plenty of time for blizzards to happen. Hello, Kayla. Made it home just in time. Just got back from helping with an abandoned puppy rescue. Oh, wow. That is exciting. And hopefully all good. Hopefully everything with the rescue went well. That sounds eventful. So now let me know what you're doing. Are you relaxing? Are you de-stressing after that situation? Hi, Jill. Welcome. Hi, Robin. Welcome. Also working. We will be each other's accountability. Hello, Courtney. Took the day off work today to spend some time with my little one. We took my husband coffee and spent some time at the library this morning. I'll be reading while he naps. Lunchtime first. Oh, that sounds like a great day. That's awesome. Hopefully you can get some good reading in. Let me know what you're reading. Hello, hello. I'll switch between In the Face of the Sun by Denny S. Bryce and Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Nice. Not sure what Face of the Sun is. I should have my Goodreads open since I usually look up a few books throughout these sprints, but Icebreaker I have heard good things about. So hopefully you're enjoying them. Let's see. In the Face of the Sun. That's a very pretty cover. And historical fiction. Nice. So a nice little alternative to the romance. Hello, good morning, Kat. Working from home today, just waking up, making brunch. Nice. Well, what a way to kick off your workday with some sprints. Southwest Ohio has a flood watch through Saturday afternoon. I got all my chores done so that I could relax today. Oh man, that's a bummer that you're in a flood watch, but nice work getting your chores done. Are you reading? I forget what you already said. Yes, reading The War That Saved My Life for middle grade March. Nice. Hopefully you can get a good chunk of the way through or even finish that today in sprints. Hello, also rainy in New Jersey today. We're finishing a YA book I'll be teaching soon called Breathing Underwater. It's pretty good. I should finish it. So after that, I'll either continue my audio of The Spite House or start Sundial. Nice. I have read Sundial and I really liked it. So I would vote for that one. But either way, it sounds like a nice switch from the middle grade to some horror. So that sounds fun. Hello and welcome. Oh, okay. trying to finish up Sorcery of Thorns today. I have 3.5 hours left of the audiobook, so if I don't finish on your sprints, I will finish it on Rachel's sprints tonight. Yes, perfect plan. Rachel from Happy Go Lovely Sleeves has now started doing sprints on Friday afternoon, evenings. So just a full day of sprints to get your guys' stuff done. I definitely plan to also have her sprints on tonight. I won't be joining on camera this time like I did last week, but I'll probably still join in the chat. Hello, Julie, working today. Just finished the audio for The Couple at number 9, and it was so good. I'm not sure what I know. I don't think I know what that is either. By Claire Douglas. Obviously sounds like a thriller. Nice, I haven't heard of it, so I'm gonna add that to my radar because you said it was good. The pup is getting taken to a medical center for evaluation now, and maybe will be a new member of the family if he gets cleared. Oh, wow. But now I'm going to be having some coffee and doing some work. Gotcha. I think I might go ahead and start the villa for the Screaming Color since I have plans for a good chunk of the day tomorrow. Won't be able to get on Gabby's sprints until about 4-ish my time tomorrow. Yeah, actually, same. I'm not reading anything currently, and I was also thinking of starting the villa today, either if I have time while working or after I'm done working tonight, I can start that book because I'm also planning to read it for the Screaming Color Gabby's Patreon readathon, and I also have plans for the majority of tomorrow. So same. So if we start it, we can talk about how we like it. I heard generally good things so far, and I loved Reckless Girls when everyone else hated it. So I'm hoping that continues through the villa, and I love it. And you too. I hope everyone loves it. Finishing up a few things at the office and folding church bulletins for Sunday. Printing and folding the church bulletins is my unpaid side hustle. Unpaid side hustles are rough, aren't they? I feel that about, well, I mean, I guess a lot of things that we do. Those are called hobbies, I guess. Unpaid side hustles, right? But that's a funny way to put it. Hello, Marlene. I will be packing for a weekend trip to Fort Worth, which we are leaving this evening. Awesome. That sounds really fun. I've got my to-do list on deck. I only have 3 things on it, and then I have another list of additional things if I get to them, because the first 3 things probably won't take me too long. So a little bit easier of a Friday today, which is nice. And then this weekend, I'll be going to a robotics competition, which will be very exciting. My brother is in high school, and he's on the robotics team. And my dad is an engineer who lives in the area, and he mentors the robotics team. So they've got a regional competition fairly locally tomorrow. So that's what me and the kids and my husband will be doing. And otherwise, just trying to read. But first, we should probably be productive. I was going to ask also, what have you guys been listening to lately, music-wise? Because usually when I'm working, it's usually a little bit too difficult for me to listen to an audiobook while I'm actively working on something. So I like to listen to music. Last week, it was all about Miley, which, by the way, Miley has on Disney Plus like a backyard session of her new album where she's singing it live, which I watched earlier this week. I had it on while I was working and loved that. Ed Sheeran has a new song out as of this morning, so I listened to that earlier and loved it. Ed Sheeran is one of my top favorite artists. I've seen him in concert, I think like 4 times, starting when he opened for Taylor Swift after like the A-Team was his only song that anybody knew. I loved him, and then I saw him a bunch more times in concert. So I'm super excited for his new album coming in May, but otherwise, don't know what to listen to while I'm working today. Hello, Kendall. Welcome. Went ahead and got my schoolwork done for the day. So I'm going to be reading Book Lovers during these sprints. That is exciting. Just in time for Emily Henry's new book in April to come out for you to catch up on her books. Yeah, that will be fun. Robotics competition. Cool. Used to study robotics when I was studying computational visualistics. Our university took part in the RoboCup. Nice. My university also had a robotics kind of club, but it was just getting started when I was in it. So it wasn't too established. So we didn't have too much going on. And I wasn't in robotics in high school. So I didn't quite have the knowledge to help really participate as much as I probably would have loved to if I had more of the knowledge of it. Because even with an engineering degree, robotics is like a whole nother beast. It's combining all the types of engineering plus other types of science. So I think it's very, very entertaining and I love it, but I never really got to participate. But it will be fun to watch tomorrow. I've been binging the Daisy Jones soundtrack because it's taken over my life. Yeah, I've listened to the album quite a bit also, but I haven't watched the show yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to because it's so many hours, you guys. That's so many hours to devote to watching a TV show when I feel like I could be reading. Maybe I just need to have it on while I'm working one week or something and um, accept that I might not be able to watch every single second of it, but then at least I'll have consumed it in some capacity. Hi, Gabby. Took a half day today. I'm at a coffee shop, just edited a vlog and reading Death by Dumpling. Well, that sounds delightful. Glad you took a half day and are getting to relax a little bit. I feel like I'm always listening to Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, and Ed Sheeran all the time. Yes, a great combo. Totally agree. Those are my fallback staples. Hello, Keisha. Working in the office by myself today, so this will keep me company. Nice. Working on a graduation report. Nice. That sounds interesting. Glad you could have me on while you're working in the office today. I've been obsessed with the new Lewis Capaldi song. I have not heard it, but I like him, so I will look that up on this first sprint. Gabby, I hope you love Death by Dumpling. Sounds like an adorable, cozy mystery. Hello, I'll be reading tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Okay, awesome. Obviously, a lot of people love that book, so I hope you enjoy it too. I listened to Lana Del Rey's new album today. I've been a fan of hers for about a decade. My go-to albums are Born to Die by her, Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, and Folklore by Taylor Swift. Nice, that makes sense. Those are all a cohesive sound with those different artists. So I haven't listened to Lana's new album, so maybe I should do that too. I think she's a little bit like melancholy for my personal taste, but I will still give it a try. Like even Paramore's new album, I feel like is a little bit more folklory, and like a little bit slower pace, a little bit more alternative, but maybe I'll try it. Yeah, that book sounds very cozy, Gabby. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the first sprint. If you haven't told me what you're working on or what you're doing today, let me know and we can check in. StreamYard has recently allowed, okay, here we go. You can like totally customize the layout now. Before it was like rigid, like you had to pick one of the 6 given layouts, but now they let you like, I can move things around completely. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing, but or maybe it doesn't show you until I save it. But you can customize the layout. So I figured I'd put the timer up there, keep myself big, because I'm the interesting one in this sprint. Just kidding. Okay, we're gonna sprint, check in 45 minutes. Let me know what you're getting done. And then after 45 minutes, we'll talk about everything we accomplished. Let's be productive today. And yeah, let's get to it. Oh, I do not want that to be dark like that. Hold on. I changed it to purple to match my, like the background of, like the holographic background. And now I want to get this like perfectly centered. So, okay, we're sprinting, but I'm going to try to get this perfect before I start working. Okay, bye. All right. How did that sprint go for everybody? I got one thing checked off. You cannot see that at all. I got one thing checked off my list. So that was good. I was taking some notes for the next thing I'm going to work on too. I did listen to some things. Um, I listened to Louis Capaldi's like EP or whatever was just released, like 3 songs. Excellent. So good. I'm not sure which song you're talking about, like which one is a single, but the 3 songs that I was listening to were great. I also listened to almost half of Lana Del Rey's album, and whoa, what a trip. I don't know, I don't think Lana Del Rey is for me, but powerful. That's kind of like a fever dream, at least what I've been listening to so far. Um, so that was interesting. Um, and yes, Ed Sheeran is top tier. Can't wait for his new album, which is coming out at the beginning of May and sounds like it's going to be super emotional. So can't wait. Hello, Barb. Just got home from office day at work, packing for moving all weekend. Only 2 weeks to go. Very excited. Nice. That's super exciting. That reminds me, I probably should update. So anyone who's subscribed to me and watches my channels and lives, I announced a move a few weeks ago, probably a month ago at this point. That is unfortunately on pause. Some things fell through. We got to refigure out some plans. So if you've heard me talking about moving, I am now no longer moving at the current moment. So if you've been wondering about that update and why I'm not continuing to talk about moving, that's why, but I will share more updates when we have them. But as of now, we're just like on pause. Good news is we didn't sell our house or anything yet, so we don't have to worry about where we're going to live. We still have our house, so that's good. Got my video uploaded and read to page 72, chapter 8 in Death by Dumpling. Really enjoying it so far. Nice work. Read 15 pages. Awesome. I'm an hour ahead on my to-do list for today, so yay that. Nice. And you do it by time. That's quite interesting, to be an hour ahead. Nice job. Read 50 pages, only 30 pages left in my book. Nice. Sounds like you should finish in the next sprint. Just did some calls and ran and grabbed McDonald's and stuffed my face. Nice. Love it. I love McDonald's. I got about 30 pages read that sprint while my little one ate lunch. Now it's time to eat. Now it's my time to eat lunch. Yeah, totally understand that. Like the whole eat with your children, I think will come into play later, but I have 2 toddlers, so it's the exact same for me, where it's like I gotta get them fed and then cleaned up and get them handled before I even think about eating myself, whether that's lunch or dinner or whatever. So I feel that. I moved my desk to in front of my window, and there is a squirrel family living in my tree that I get to watch as I work now. That's hilarious. I sit right in front of a window, but I'm in a basement, so it's just like an egress window. So I just look at my little window well thing, which sometimes like critters fall in, and that's unfortunate. I really hate hearing things like try to crawl back out of the window well. But I wish I had a good view of actual outside and a squirrel family living in a tree. That sounds much nicer. I will say the new Lana Del Rey album isn't my favorite, but I'll definitely have to listen again. My favorite albums from her are Born to Die, Honeymoon, and NFR. And I don't know what that is because I am not too knowledgeable about Lana Del Rey. But yeah, that makes sense. My favorite song that I listened to so far was Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, which is also the title of the album, which I do think is hilarious. Her album title is so long. It's like a full sentence. I think that's great, but that was the song I liked the best. Hi, just joining for a bit before starting work. I'm reading Tell Me I'm Worthless. Well, thank you for popping on for a little bit. Yes, thank you for telling us. I was wondering about the move. Yeah, you're welcome. Plans change. We got a little bit of a curveball, so had to adjust. And for now, that means just staying put until we figure out what the next situation is. Love that. I feed our squirrels nuts. I do as well. I didn't know they were in that tree though. A fun surprise. That's so funny. Yeah, and we get scheduled with times for specific tasks and makes it feel a little bit more manageable and less daunting to me. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think that probably also might help if you have tasks that take longer, um, for you to just like break it down and say, okay, I'm going to work on it for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, and maybe you won't get the whole thing done, but at least you got a chunk of it. I feel like that's usually a good move when it comes to like organizing or decluttering or something like that. Like realizing you don't have to spend an entire day doing it, but like if you can do an hour on it, then that's progress, and then move on to the next thing. That's a good idea. I'm at 69% of In the Face of the Sun, which I'm loving, and 59% of Icebreaker, which is fine, just long for a romance. Oh, okay. I didn't know that one was long because I haven't read it, but good that you've been making progress. My next sprint, I think I will be able to maybe start an audiobook. So I think I'm going to start The Villa, which going back to talking about The Villa, and I think it was Julie that, yeah, is also reading The Villa. By the way, this is Jessie's book club pick from Reading with Jess for this month is The Villa, and I'm her co-host this month. So first of all, I have to finish this book over the weekend, but that's because the live show is on Tuesday, I think at probably 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if anybody here is looking for something to read or forgot that this was happening, The Villa is that book club pick. So I'll be on Jesse's channel on Tuesday talking about it. So that's also why I hope I love it, or at the very least, have things to say about it so that it can be a good discussion. But I think I'm going to make that my goal to work on something that I can have an audiobook on for and start that one. So that's what I think I'm going to do. What are the rest of you going to do for the next sprint? Let me know. We can go ahead and get the timer pulled back up. I like with these new custom layouts. I'm not confused about what button to push to get me to the right view. And Julie, I haven't started yet, but will definitely soon. I'm going to work on updating my reading journal. The next sprint will definitely start it today or tonight, though. Sounds good. Hello, Aspasia. Welcome. What are you working on today? What are you doing? Let us know. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next sprint, and then we can check in again in 45 minutes, see how everyone's doing on their productivity. So I'll talk to you in 45 minutes. All right, second sprint down. How did we do? I got another thing checked off my list, which is great. So two of my three like mandatory tasks are done. And then I had some extras written down that I think I will get to. So that's good. And the last one was kind of a mindless organizational task. So I was listening. I started The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. So far, so good. I got 16% in. Queen Julia Whalen narrates this book. So loving that. I was thinking about doing a video on my favorite audiobook narrators because I am a pretty avid audiobook listener. So I have some favorites. Julia Whalen would obviously be number one, but she's like everyone's favorite. I also was thinking about doing like an anti audiobook recommendation video. Basically, yesterday I was reading a book on audio that was like the audiobook did a huge disservice to the book itself. It would have been a way better reading experience just reading it physically. Just because of the like way the book was formatted, it became really, really repetitive on audio. So that got me thinking to what books are not good on audio and would I like anti recommend. So I thought that was a fun video idea. So I'm trying to think of more books that would fall in that category, and I do have a few. So I want to flesh that out and put it in video form. But this book reminded me that there are some audiobook narrators that I just absolutely love, and most of the time, I think the audiobook enhances the reading experience. So that's good. But let me know what you guys got done if you were reading. How have you been liking your books? Let's see, where were we at? I think we were here. I'm a teacher. Today is my last day for spring break. So I'm going to be working on planning for when I get back. Nice, that makes sense. Hope you had a good spring break and break from school and it's been somewhat relaxing for you. And you're ready to get back and close out the school year. You're almost there, getting closer to the end of the year. So hopefully, hopefully you've got the energy to get back into it. And hello, Rachel. We were talking about you earlier in your sprints that will be happening later. Very excited for your restock. Rachel is, she makes book sleeves, and her collection that's launching tonight is all like flowery, beautiful, colorful goodness. So if you're looking for some flowery book sleeves, definitely check out tonight's launch from Happy Go Lovely Sleeves. Aspasia, I need to write 6 pages of a story for my class. I have no idea what my story will be, though. That is the most daunting thing to me. I cannot imagine being like any kind of literary major, like creative writing or studying literature or English or whatever, and having to write a story out of nothing. I don't know how people do books, let alone short stories. So hopefully you can get some inspiration. Do you have like a prompt or anything, or is it completely just a 6-page story of whatever you want? That is incredibly intimidating to me as someone who considers themselves not very creative. Late but happy to be here. Thank you for joining. Editing a vlog this sprint, then hoping to jump back into How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. Nice. How are you liking that one? Danielle vacuumed, cleaned the fridge, cleaned the shower, and now off to work. Happy Friday. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Awesome. I'm sure you're gone, but thanks for joining, Danielle, and hope you have a great weekend as well. Hello, Claire. Just joining in. I'll be reading River Sing Me Home. Nice. How are you liking that one? And how far into it are you? Hi, Jennifer. Just got back from half price books on my lunch break. Went a little overboard and got 9 books. Couldn't pass up some old Colleen Hoover books, and they had 3 Kirsten Modulin books. That sounds great to me. I see nothing wrong with what happened there, especially at half price books. That is it's a deal you just can't pass up. I definitely did that with Colleen Hoover books. I collected all of her backlist at my local used bookstore where they were discounted. And So I totally understand. Although now I have the problem of like half of my backlist Colleen Hoover books are old covers. And then now that she's been getting obviously super, super popular, a bunch of her book covers are being redesigned and I want the new covers. So some of them I have some of the new covers, but I eventually want to replace all of those old ones with the new ones because I do think most of the time, most of them are better than the old ones. But that sounds like a really fun shopping trip. I'm very jealous. Hello, Mandy. I'm just entered this live stream, but I hope to get some reading done. My work was extremely busy. Okay, well, hopefully, yeah, time to relax for you. Let us know what you're reading and how it's going. I read about 37 pages, 51 pages left to go. There you go. So you definitely can finish this afternoon here if you want to. I read 46 pages of Tell Me I'm Worthless. I'm really enjoying it so far. Awesome. That's some good progress. I'm at 73% of Icebreaker while eating leftovers. You're getting there, getting through it. Read 13 pages and watched a video about 2-column notes so I can teach my students on Monday. Nice. A little double tasking or multitasking the reading and prepping for work. Up to 49% of How the War Saved My Life. Wonderful story. Glad you're loving it. I can't wait to read The Villa. I'll be reading that next. I have the physical book from the library and on the waitlist for the audiobook from the library. So hopefully that will be available soon. Yeah, I am liking it so far. I really like, there's a present timeline and a past timeline. I'm really into the present day timeline. What I loved about Reckless Girls was the island vacation vibes. So that's probably going to be my favorite part about The Villa is the Italy vacation vibes. And then the historical element. We'll see how I like that going forward. But so far, so good. I made copies and then decided to take my lunch break. I will lesson plan after lunch. I would love to see either of those audiobook videos. I read primarily on audio. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that they sound like good ideas and would be useful. Yeah, because I also read a lot of audiobooks and I don't see a lot of audiobook content. I see some. I see people more and more including audiobooks like in their book hauls, but I don't see much for narrator recommendations. Although I have seen Jess on Peace Love Books, who's a romance booktuber. She is in the middle of a narrator interview series with audiobook narrators, which I think is really cool. They're all romance narrators, so I don't really know many of the ones she's interviewing, but I've watched the 2 that she's done already, and it's super interesting to learn about the audiobook narrating process and how like they prepare for their work, and what they like and don't like about being a narrator. So that's really cool. If you don't subscribe to Jess, I would definitely consider checking out her channel. She's a big YouTuber, so you probably already know about her, but it's a cool interview series that she's doing. Friend just stopped by to borrow a book. Almost got my book journal caught up. Nice. Sometimes tracking books is a lot more effort than you think it's going to be. Whether it's just tracking like what books you've completed, or if you keep track of books you own, like an owned TBR or an owned collection. I do. So anytime I get new books, having to log those takes some time, or of course, reviewing books takes a while. So good job getting all caught up on your book journal. I think I'm going to eat a cookie and do some reading next sprint because I'm overworked for the week. I feel that. I really want to go to Crumble this weekend. Crumble cookies. We have a couple near me actually, and they have a monster cookie on their menu this week. I've been resisting Crumble lately because my husband was like, okay, Jordyn, we don't need Crumble cookies every week because they are huge, and they're super rich, and I don't love like all of their flavors, but I feel like I'm going to love their monster cookie, so I want to get it. Love that idea. I just recently started to listen to more audiobooks, so would love recommendations. Okay, great. I will put that on the calendar for April. Had a good sprint, finished breathing underwater and rated it 4 stars. A YA book from the point of view of a teenage boy who abuses his girlfriend. The book shows his mindset and the cycle of abuse really well. Wow, that sounds really interesting. Good to know that you liked it. Because that sounds like it could be some really difficult subject matter. I'm not crying. What's happening? My throat just got a tickle in it. But glad you finished that and you liked it. I also got to 72% in the Spite House. Nice. Made it to about the halfway mark of River Sing Me Home. Enjoying it so far. Love to hear it. I am reading Immortality by Dana Schwartz and absolutely loving it. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, I might be able to do 52 pages, but it's already 8 p.m. here. Okay, I'll get into the next sprint here quickly so that you can get as much reading tonight as possible and maybe finish. I have the raspberry cheesecake crumble cookie from this week. Okay, there you go. Yeah, definitely eat that cookie, relax, enjoy your weekend. I don't think I've seen her channel yet. I will have to check it out. I loved the interview that Julia Whalen did on the What Should I Read Next podcast last year. Oh, I have not listened to that, so I will have to check that out. I've only heard at the end of one of Kristen Hanna's books, I think The Four Winds, maybe, at the end of that audiobook, Julia Whalen and Kristen Hanna did an interview together, which was really cool to listen to because it was like on Kristen Hanna's writing process plus Julia Whalen's narrating process and how like they collaborate and make sure that Julia Whalen understands everything she needs to understand for the character to be able to narrate it appropriately. That was a really cool author and narrator interview at the end of, I think it was the Four Winds audiobook. So that's awesome. I will check out that podcast because Julia Whalen is the queen. All right, let's get back into it. I think this might be my last sprint because I also am making pretty good progress on everything for the week. So I think I'm going to be winding down on actual work. So let me just denote that this will be the final sprint. So if you have not already told me what you're getting done today, drop it in the comments. And then when we come back, we will do little updates, see what everyone's gotten done in these sprints, and then talk about what everyone's doing over the weekend and stuff, and close it out. So one last sprint. Let's go ahead and be productive. All right. How'd we do, guys? That was the final sprint. So hopefully you were able to get some stuff done. Let me know what you've gotten done today, whether you've been here for the last 3 hours or just joined. Let me know all about your productivity. I finished what I needed to finish today, so that's good. I still have a little bit of time before I can really log off of work, but I'll just spend the rest of the time kind of making sure I'm prepped for next week, get ahead on a couple projects, make sure my email inbox is cleaned out, stuff like that. So that is good. Let's see how everyone is doing. Okay, Rachel. Okay, I'm back. Funny you mentioned an audiobook that you wouldn't recommend. I just finished Wrong Place, Wrong Time. And even though I enjoyed it, I think I would have preferred reading physically. Yeah, I think like complex mysteries just kind of fall in that category. I think in general, if you can read complex mysteries physically, you'll just have so much of a better grasp of characters um, and like what's happening. And I can understand this for sure. I think I did listen to the audio of this one, um, but there definitely was a period there, like around the 2/3 3/4 to 2/3, no, 2/3 to 3/4 mark. Um, that got like I really felt like I was slogging through it, and maybe if I was reading it physically, I would have stayed more invested because that one does also get quite confusing. So I totally understand. I gave that one 4 stars. I really liked it, but who knows? Could have been a 5 star if I would have read it physically. So I agree with that. Just so much time jumps. So it was a little hard to keep track of where it was. Yeah, completely understand and agree. Now I'm going to watch the last 2 episodes of Daisy before sprints tonight. Don't know if I'm prepared. I haven't even started the show yet, but I've seen nothing but great reactions to the ending of that show. So hope you love it. See you at sprints later. I will definitely pop in the chat. Read 10 more pages, but have to go look at cabinets. Okay, that sounds exciting. Thank you. You have a great day as well. Thank you for joining. Rachel, I've been reading it physically, Wrong Place, Wrong Time, and it's been amazing. I do have to take some breaks to process everything since so much is happening. Yeah, that book is a lot. For anyone who doesn't know, Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister is a mystery where a mom witnesses her son commit a crime, and then she's trying to like figure out how she can get him out of the situation he's in, and then the day after that happens, she wakes up and it's the previous day. And then she keeps going backwards in time, waking up the previous day, the previous day, the previous day. And she's trying to undo whatever happened to set off the chain of events that result in her son committing that crime. So it's so good. I love time loop books or like Groundhog's Day tropes, or in this case, going backwards in time. I think that's so fun. And the fact that you can make a mystery thriller out of that, that like it doesn't spoil itself even when you go backwards, I think that's so cool. So I loved that one, but agree, physically maybe the best. Thank you for joining, Kat. Have a great weekend as well. I have 40 minutes left of icebreaker and it's a 3 for me. Thanks for the sprints. Much appreciated as always. Totally appreciate you joining as well. Hopefully, the last 40 minutes are good, but at least that's not too much time left. And you can knock it out and then move on to something better. Thank you for joining. I got my editing done and read a little. I don't have too many thoughts on how to sell a haunted house yet. I feel like it could go either way. And I have seen reviews go both ways. So, yeah, hopefully you connect with it though. I haven't read it. I've only read one Grady Hendrix book and didn't love it. So I don't quite think his style is for me, but never know. Person A wakes to find person B's hands wrapped around their throat. They remember their gun and tries around to grab it. I'm not sure what this is referencing. Read 20 pages. Nice work. Agreed. Up to 61%. I think I'll be able to finish the book tonight. Nice. That is awesome. Got a lot of work done. Yeah, thank you for joining. Looking forward to Rachel's sprints tonight. Same. Needed this. You are so welcome. Able to read 100 plus pages. That's awesome. Love that. Okay, you're talking about your book. That makes no sense. I'm like, what am I reading here? They remember their gun. Turns just in time to see what they're doing. Turn away, fire but miss, punch them and knock them off themselves. Yeah, sounds very actiony and a little confusing. Read 30 pages. Thank you for joining. See you on Rachel's sprints later. Took my dog out during that sprint. Luckily, it stopped raining. Oh, good. That's good. Glad you could get your dog out. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Crazy busy at work right now. Ready for this day to be over. 1 hour left. You've got this, Julie. You are so close. So close to the weekend. If anyone has exciting weekend plans, let me know. I was talking about mine earlier. We're going to a robotics competition tomorrow, which is actually going on today too. So I was just at the end of that last sprint, I was checking on the scores because my brother is on a team. He's in high school and my dad mentors the team as a professional engineer. So they're pretty into it. So I was just checking to see how they're doing with their first few matches. But I'm excited to take my kids to that tomorrow because it's First Robotics is the like company that puts on the robotics competitions, and it is like a sporting event. Let me tell you, it's in a full like university stadium. These kids are so into the robots that they've built, and it's a really cool game that they play against other teams, and it's real cool. So I'm excited to go to that tomorrow. Thank you for joining. As always, Julie, I'll be on sprints tonight. Rachel, yes, we will all be there. All right. I suppose I will wrap it up. Okay, here's a few more. Joined 10 minutes ago. Been listening to the audiobook of Red Scrolls of Magic while emptying the dishwasher, listening to the first chapter. Nice. Sorry, my sprints are ending for today, but as we've all been talking about, Rachel here is doing sprints. Let's see, what time do you start them? 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is like 6 p.m. my time. So that's 3 hours from now. So if you're looking for more sprints, Rachel's hosting them in 3 hours. See you all there this weekend. My mom is flying into town to celebrate all the family birthdays, and I'll hopefully be filming a flower-a-thon video tomorrow. Nice. That's exciting. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. As always, probably will be back next Friday, although I should be back next Friday. Next Friday is my husband's birthday, so I was thinking maybe we're doing something, but we definitely wouldn't be taking off work to do anything, so I should still be able to do my sprints as normal. So look for me next Friday, same place, same time. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.